You know what? I was been thinking about this for a minute. We need a what I miss about City Temple because we have fond memories of City Temple, and I'm quite sure that all of us have different aspects of different views of what we miss about City Temple. Like one of the things I miss about City Temple, and just things that I would enjoy, but didn't know I enjoyed until till you're away from it, till it's gone. I'm a people watcher, so I guess that's why I have this on. And I would enjoy just being there and like sitting there and knowing that like Charles Bracken, I remember my father told me that he owned a plane. It was like that dude owns a plane. He is double rich. I bet his tithe is like $1 million a week. And I would think stuff like this while I was sitting there watching he and his lovely family. And they were nice people, very nice people, very down to earth. Uh, I like that. And everybody had their own story. I remember being real little and not real little, but I remember enjoying watching and listening to uh, Pastor Marcus Harris and what he'd do. I didn't know who Sam Cooke really was until I heard Pastor Harris. And I was like, there's something familiar about his voice. Something. And my father was like, oh, he sounded like Sam Cooke. You know, change is going to come. It's like, that's it. And every time not Sam Cooke, but Pastor Harris would sing, it was just on the tip of my tongue. Shows you how old I am. What's the song? Lean, lean, safe and secure from all I'm leaning. You do all the Sam Cooke runs, and it was like, wow, that dude is awesome. I don't care how late or early you get to church, you didn't want to miss him singing. He was a good preacher too, but you didn't want to miss him singing, um, leaning on the everlasting arms. I hope that's the name of the song. Shows you where I am. I remember Friday nights looking forward to like the times that God's Echoes would perform, or not perform, but rehearse, and you were just so happy. It's like you stumbled upon something because you come out of youth choir rehearsal and you're like, oh man, God's Echoes is here, and you run to like wherever the primary room and you'll listen to gospel. I mean, harmonies, and everybody in God's Echoes was so cool. Like they were like Ebony Magazine, Jet Magazine people, and they were singing. It's like, oh man, and everybody had like you just looked at them, it's like, oh, they could be doing something else. When I say something else, like everybody was talented to me at that time enough to be like, that person could have an album by themselves. That person could have an album by themselves. That person could have an album by themselves. That's how it felt. It was like everybody in there could just sing and blow. I remember the Chancellor Choir. Chancellor Choir, called the older people choir, but the Chancellor Choir when they did um, what's this the Hattie Logan song, uh, the Midnight Cry. Yes, I'm sorry, Midnight Cry. It's like you can picture heaven every time they sung it. You knew that when from the opening note, you're like, oh yeah, heaven is gonna be sweet. Heaven's gonna be a good place. It's not gonna be like this muckery that we have here. It's gonna be great. I believe we need to have a video or something seeing that we're all sitting at the house. We need something to where we just share our different memories of City Temple. Um, it comical, good, bad. I remember coming to church and hearing a sermon about chicken and not eating chicken. It's like, and then you say the doors of the church are open. I'm not going down there. You know why? Because you're trying to get me to stop eating chicken. That's not going to happen. I remember that sermon very vividly. I'm not going to say who preached it, but that sermon, and it said the doors of the church are open. For what? You think you move somebody to give up chicken? Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. No, I know that's not what it was for, but uh, it was still funny to me to hear that whole sermon about, from beginning to end, it was the horrors of eating chicken and why Adventists shouldn't eat chicken. And then going to, right after that, I went to Ryan's Steakhouse and ate like a pound of chicken. Not a pound, it was more like 2-3 pounds of chicken. Those were good times. But we need that video. It was great. And I mean, before, talk about just the times before the roof fell in and us having church in the basement to just everything. I mean, just a beautiful time. I mean, listening to the chancel choir and hearing uh, uh, Zelda Solomon hit the high note, or I believe it's Debbie Jones hit that high note, and you're just like, wow, what octave is that? Carol Bailey, just great singers. And they would do things to just move you to just say, you know what, heaven got to be like this. It did. And it was a good place to be. And I miss it. I miss it. But that's what we need. And I've taken up 7 minutes and 24, 25, 26 of your time. But really couldn't put this in a text message. Had to be said. Either face to face or video, but I think video gives the same nuance, not just, happy Sabbath, but what was your best moment, or what do you remember from City Temple? What do you miss about City Temple? Um, Things like that from our former members and heck, current members. What's your favorite thing about City Temple? And like I said, good or bad, good good memories or bad memories of showing up and seeing both parking lots filled and knowing like, ah, crap, I gotta risk it all and park on the street. Knowing good well that car might not be there when you get back, depending on what side of the church you parked on, or 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 your CDs or something might not. Yeah, but good times, good times. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think.